Open carrier fires off half a dozen shots at shoplifters. Billings, Montana cops are investigating an incident that saw an open carrier fire off 6 rounds at fleeing shoplifters. The alleged thieves were in the middle of their getaway and about to hightail it out of Rimrock Mall on Saturday when an unidentified armed citizen stood behind their vehicle and told them they weren't allowed to leave. It appears a male suspect was able to escape. During the confrontation, the man yells at the remaining female suspect that he'll open fire if the car backs up. She didn't heed his warning and reversed anyway. The man fired 4 shots at the tires when the car was close by, and he then let off another 2 rounds as the vehicle sped away. All inside a mall parking lot with bystanders watching on. No one was injured. The cops questioned and released the shooter, but say the investigation into the case is still ongoing. Do you think the guy was justified in firing as the shoplifters backed up? And do you think he was justified in shooting as they were pulling away? Fire off below and let us know. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Keep watching for more stories on armed citizens.
Bank robber suspect shot by customer with concealed pistol. A bank robbery in Warren, Michigan was foiled by a customer who pulled out his gun and shot the suspect. Warren Mayor Jim Fouts said the customer was within his rights to use his concealed weapon. On Monday afternoon, the robber, described as a 43-year-old man, held up the bank and demanded money. The bank teller handed over some cash before the robber pointed his gun at a 63-year-old customer, who whipped out his own gun and shot the suspect 3 times, hitting him in both arms and 1 leg. He tried to flee on foot but fell over outside the bank, dropping the bag of money. Police arrested the suspect, who was bleeding on the ground. An ambulance took him to St. John Hospital and Medical Center in Detroit. No one else was injured during the holdup. The customer who shot the suspect is cooperating with police, who say he had a permit to carry a concealed pistol. Local CBS station WWJ 950 tweeted a quote from a witness who said, "I just feel like there's no place to be safe. Here, school, the bank, KFC?" Twitter user Adam R. wrote, "My stomping grounds. Another defensive gun use. Hashtag gun sense. Claims never happens. Hashtag whatever it takes. Hashtag NRA."
Gun nuts played dangerous game with cops. 2 gun advocates were arrested on Sunday when they walked into a police station in Michigan, armed to the teeth with loaded weapons, including an AP-14 rifle. Earlier that day, cops pulled the men over after receiving a report about 2 suspicious dudes wearing tactical vests and masks. This video, filmed by one of the men and streamed live on Facebook, shows a police sergeant politely questioning the suspects. Not seeing any weapons inside the vehicle, the officer then lets the men go free, but not before receiving an earful of profanity-laden abuse.
I absolutely do. You are not searching anything. Let me go on my way. Let me be free to go. Because we've broken no laws. You know this. This is an illegal detention at this point. You better get your shit straight, because we're done. Oh, I will file a complaint. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like right as soon as we leave here. You understand? More than welcome. I'll give you. Am I free to go or not? I'm free to go. Good. Wonderful day, all right? Go fuck yourself.
About an hour later, the 2 men arrived at Dearborn Police Station, saying the prior traffic stop was illegal, and they wanted to file a complaint. Once again, the men filmed the encounter and streamed it live on Facebook. The footage shows a 24-year-old suspect armed with a rifle and wearing a ski mask and tactical vest, as his 40-year-old buddy carries a tripod and camera.
We felt a little afraid for our lives when we were pulled over, so we figured we better protect ourselves.
Dude, put that on the ground! Put it on the ground! Put it on the ground! I'm not trying to put it on the ground now! Put it on the ground or you are dead! Listen up!
Inside the station, a standoff with officers ensued, as the 24-year-old suspect initially refused to drop his weapons and get down on the ground. When the men were eventually arrested, police seized a loaded AP-14 rifle and Glock handgun with a bucket load of ammo, along with an AR-15 and an AK-47 style rifle. The saying goes, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And in the current climate, it's hard to imagine a stupider game than turning up at a police station looking like you're about to start World War III. On Monday, both the police and a local open carry advocacy group condemned the men's actions. They were charged with a string of minor offenses, including breaching the peace and failure to cooperate with police. But it seems obvious to us that this situation could have turned out far, far worse. Luckily for the both of them, it didn't.
Clerk with concealed carry shoots robbers. 2 would-be robbers got more than they bargained for at a cell phone store in Chicago on Wednesday when an employee with a concealed carry permit pulled out his own firearm. According to reports, 2 suspects, aged 24 and 35, walked into the Southside T-Mobile store at around 11 a.m. They pretended to shop for a while before pulling out guns in an attempt to help themselves to some free airtime. But one store clerk had other ideas, quickly whipping out his gun and adopting a shoot first, ask questions later policy. Police said the 24-year-old suspect was shot in the left arm and abdomen. His accomplice took bullets to his left arm and his groin. According to witnesses, neither suspect fired a shot. The 2 suspects fled and escaped in a car as the hero store clerk chased them and called the police with their descriptions. The underworld, Laurel and Hardy, then took their act straight to a nearby hospital, where police caught up with them. T-Mobile District Manager Neil Tadros said he hoped employees with concealed weapons would make robbers think twice. The incident follows the fatal shooting of 2 teenage suspects by an employee of the Chicago liquor store on Saturday. A police spokesman said he did not anticipate any charges would be filed against the clerk in that case.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Would-be bandit killed because he bought a fake gun to a real gun party. A robber unfortunately learned the hard way about Pennsylvania's concealed carry gun permits yesterday afternoon in Upper Darby Township just outside of Philadelphia. A 67-year-old man was outside for a walk alongside this wooded part of Cobb's Creek around 2:30 p.m. yesterday afternoon. In the distance, hidden from view, 2 men were watching him. One of the men, later identified as 18-year-old Tyler Williams, jumped out of the woods with a ski mask on. He demanded cash from the man while brandishing a weapon. Without pause, the victim grabbed the suspect's gun while simultaneously drawing his own weapon. As the 2 struggled, the man fired 1 shot into Williams' head, killing him. The other suspect fled the scene. Police later recovered several mobile phones from Williams' body as well as the weapon, which actually wasn't real but a replica BB gun like the one seen here. Charges will likely not be filed against the victim, who was acting out of self-defense and had a legal permit to carry his sidearm. The other suspect is being sought after as of this report.
Obnoxious man gets testy with cops over Georgia gun law. Jim Cooley has taken it upon himself to be the official loaded weapon in the airport ambassador. Either that or he just loves the attention. While it's been legal for around a year to openly carry assault rifles like this AR-15 through Atlanta's Hartsfield Airport, this completely sane-looking guy has been peacocking around the busiest airport in the U.S., strapped and ready for a verbal spar with anyone who dare question his accoutrements, including the police. In the videos posted to Cooley's YouTube page, and yes, there is more than one video, he seems to get a kick out of the attention from police. In one video, his wife and daughter look on with a twinge of embarrassment as he schools the fire marshal on the law.
See, HB 60 that was signed in July 1st, 2014, says that unless I'm being detained and you're accusing me of committing a crime.
I'm not.
Okay. Not sure we completely agree with Cooley's assessment that the curious stares and comments by these police officers weren't harassment, though. That's pushing it a bit, Mr. Cooley.